Salutations, everyone. My name is Sandler Francois of Premier Paralegal. How are you feeling today? I just felt I'd say something different. This video's been going on, or these videos have been running for quite a while now. And I like to keep it interesting. I love what I talk about, and I love the people, but it doesn't hurt to shake it up a little bit. But anyway, I'm from Premier Paralegal. I'm also known as your favorite divorce professional. And before I start my day, I want to share with you a big thank you. A big thank you. You may have seen my video on divorce without a signature and what that means. And it turns out a lot of people thought it meant you can get divorced without your spouse knowing. And I repeat, you cannot. You cannot. You should not. All right? That's not even legal advice. I'm your friend in this instance. Don't do that. It's fraud. It's deceptive. It's not cool. And even if you're tempted, normally things that tempt you aren't good for you. Remember like Adam and Eve and the whole apple thing? See how that turned out. Anyway, this is not to replace the advice of a formal attorney. You should go pay someone whatever they charge you to sit down if you really need some one-on-one advice that caters specifically towards you, because these words that I'm sharing are based on mere observations in my over 20 years of experience working with attorneys, the public, and preparing, filing, and processing successful divorces. All right, so I'll call this Divorce Without a Signature Part 2. Part 2, the sequel. All right, so what if you really can't find your spouse? Because some people say that. They say, I need a divorce without a signature because I can't find my spouse. I don't know where they are. All right, that's true a lot of times. It isn't true sometimes because it just isn't. You know how to find them. First I like to say, if you're in contact with their family, if you know where they live, if you know their best friend, if you know where they work, guess what? You're one step away from knowing where they are. And you can avoid this video and just share it with someone who really needs it. But in the event you do not know where your spouse is, and that does happen, and that is unfortunate, you can seek out the assistance of the county clerk. They'll inform you of what's called divorce by publication. It's a long and arduous process. I'm not going to bore you with it, but it is a separate process that you are to engage in before you get divorced. The court is going to make you absolutely prove that you don't know where your spouse is. Because if it was that simple, you just say, I don't know where they are, and the court would say, okay, then I think a lot of good people would be tempted to just say, hey, guess what? I don't know where they are either. You know, knowing that they know darn well where their spouse is. So, divorce by publication is a separate process that's apart from the official divorce process. You need to go through a bunch of hurdles. For example, getting letters and proofs from the DMV, the Board of Elections, all the branches of the military, the Postmaster General, and you'll need to prove. The court will explain to you. They'll give you the advice as to the steps you have to go through to prove that you cannot find your spouse. If they require more information, I'm sure they'll tell you that you gave everything in, it looks good, but we want this one more thing, or we want a lot of things for you to prove it. But once you do prove it, they tend to make the process pretty simple, and it's downhill from there. Now, mind you, from what I understand, there will be a cost you'll have to pay to a news publication that the county clerk chooses. The county clerk will pick and designate a newspaper, whereas you will have to pay the newspaper to publish an article, a notice rather, in the paper, just making your spouse aware that you're trying to find them. These are my own words. And then after that publication is complete, then they'll say, now you can really do a divorce without your spouse being made aware because you did your best to make them aware. Outside of that, if you're not going to go through that route, then you're looking at a regular divorce process where you'll have to try to find them. You have to get them served, or they'll sign, and hopefully they'll sign. So divorce will be a lot easier. But in this instance, for the sake of this video, there is hope for those who truly cannot find their spouse, and it's called divorce by publication. Look it up. Seek out the advice of an attorney if you can afford it. Go down to the court. If you can't afford the money, then you should be able to afford the time because this is about your life and being able to start anew. But that's it. Remember this. Divorce by publication is for those who cannot find their spouse. Okay? That's pretty much it. Because anything else I would say would make this a longer video and I wouldn't be able to get everything out. So I think I did a good job today in keeping it short and concise. Some people said keep it short and concise. So for all those, this one's for you. All right, let me know how I did. So, but also share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, because my goal is to improve. But out of everything, my greatest desire is for you to be happy. That is your choice. So enjoy life. Until next time, because the great life that you're living is the only life you have. So continue to make the best of it. Over and out.